And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Dunder Mifflin This is Pam, writes, so the Hollywood Reporter just reported that the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit against Disney is prompting Bob Chapek to make some changes within the company. The reporter stated that Bob Chapek explained that the standards for talent are undergoing a reset and future agreements will need to take into account the changes, specifically in regards to the release windows during the pandemic. You mentioned that things were going to get worse before they got better. Is this a sign of that? Yes, it is. Would love to hear your thoughts. All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit against Disney. Now, look, just to give context to this, and just so you know exactly where I'm coming from, I am a big Disney fan. I am. Scarlett Johansson is 1,000% in the right in this situation. And Disney, under Bob Chapek, has really been trying to screw her over. And it's been proved. It's just every new bit of information that comes out just proves that again and again and again. But Rob, maybe nothing has proved that point more than Bob Chapek's own new words. His own new words. Now, to give some understanding of this, Bob Chapek was basically speaking at a conference recently, and a question was raised up about, how they handle talent contracts and the whole Scarlett Johansson situation. And this is what Bob Chapek said. He said this: we've got a deal that's conceived under a certain set of circumstances and conditions that actually results in a movie that's being released in a completely different set. So there's a bit of a reset that's going on right now. And ultimately, we'll think about that as we do our future talent deals and plan for that and make sure that that's incorporated. Let me read that one more time, because I want to make sure you guys are catching what Bob Chapek is basically admitting right here. Once again, he says, we've got a deal that's conceived under a certain set of conditions that's actually results in a movie that's being released in a completely different set. So there's a bit of a reset that's going on right now. And ultimately, we'll think about that as we do our future talent deals and plan for that and make sure that that's incorporated. Guys, make no mistake about it, about what we just read. Make no mistake about it. Be under no illusions. This is what just happened. Bob Chapek has been standing up to the world and saying, there's nothing wrong with our deal with Scarlett Johansson. We're treating her fairly according to the deal. There's nothing wrong with our contract. And then today going, guys, change the way we do our contracts. Holy shit, we're getting screwed. Oh my God, we're busted. Change the way we do our contracts. And then to the public, oh, nothing wrong with our contract with Scarlett Johansson. And then, guys, we got to change our contracts. We totally got, because we're screwed. We're totally screwed. Scarlett's going to take us to the cleaners because of what's in the contract. Bob Chapek just basically came out publicly, Rob, and admitted, yeah, maybe the contract we have with Scarlett is kind of not good for us. And we've got to change the way that we're doing the moving forward. I mean, listen, he didn't come right out and say, I admit Scarlett's right. But Rob, between his words that he just gave us right now, on top of the fact that right now, guys, Disney's lawyers are desperately trying to get this lawsuit moved into private arbitration, which means that the details of what's going on can't be made public. If Scarlett Johansson is allowed to carry out this lawsuit in a court, it's public record. Disney does not want to be, they don't want everybody to see them with their pants down. They don't want people to see them with their pants down. They don't want them to see how bad they try to screw over one of their own talent and back out of an agreement, a legally binding contractual agreement that they made with their talent. So they're trying to get it done behind closed doors. I have told you guys, Rob, from day one, the way this is going to end. This is going to end without big fanfare or anything. This is going to end with Disney cutting Scarlett Johansson a big check. How big? Not sure. They'll compromise. Both sides will have to compromise, but this ends in no other way than Disney very quietly writing a very large check with big mouse ears on it and sliding it over the table to Scarlett Johansson's lawyers. And with Bob Chapek basically just coming out now and admitting, our contracts are not currently structured in a way that's good for us. And the agreements we signed have basically bent us over a barrel, and we need to change the way we're doing contracts. This is just going to expedite, I think. Anyway, Rob, you hear the new comments from Bob Chapek here. What's your take on it?
Well, first of all, I'm shocked he said this. Because like this quote you just read, we've got a deal that's conceived of under a certain set of conditions. You're done, buddy. That's right. You made a deal under those conditions. You don't get to change conditions. If conditions change, you don't, that is completely irrelevant to the deal that you signed. That's what a deal is. You know, it's when you, and then it actually results in a movie that's being released in a completely different set. Not Scarlett Johansson's problem. This is a you problem, not a her problem. Done. Just, I mean, why even go to court? Just cut her a check, you know, and say, this was fair market value. We're very sorry. Done. We're sorry how we treated you. Period. That's what I would say. Because he, like you said, he just admitted it. And what are you going to do? Go into an arbitration and the first thing they're going to read is this comment and be like, yep. The arbiter is going to be like, yeah, why are we bothering? Just cut her a check.
Yeah, I think honestly, the only thing that's left now is they're gonna fight back and forth, and they're both gonna compromise, and they're both gonna have to come to whatever the amount of that check is gonna be. But a check, there will be. There will be a check, and Scarlett Johansson is gonna win this thing. And Rob, I guess the part, I don't mind businesses trying to do business. You know, Bob Chapek's a businessman. He's trying he's trying to save the most money he can. I don't fault him. Scarlett Johansson is trying to maximize her revenue. I don't fault her. So you hammer out agreements and contracts, and then you got to go by that contract. The part where I got really disappointed in Disney, and I say this as a Disney fan, the part where I get really disappointed in Disney as a whole, and obviously Bob Chapek, who I do not believe has done a very good job running this company, is when they then came out and started character assassinating Scarlett Johansson, trying to make it about, oh, she just doesn't care about the pandemic. And so, I'm sorry, didn't you just open your parks again? She's just this and she's just that. And they made it very personal. And I think that's going to come back to bite them in the ass, because I think, Rob, maybe there was a number, because I said both sides are going to have to compromise. I think there was a number Scarlett Johansson was probably willing to settle with them for. But after making all the personal attacks, I think that number's now bigger. I think they're going to have to pay for it. Their mouth was writing checks that their asses couldn't cash, and now it's going to catch up to them, and she's going to punish them for it. So I know. Questions for you guys. What do you think of this? The whole Scarlett Johansson, Disney, Bob Chapek drama continues to go. Listen, guys, as long as Bob Chapek is still the CEO of Disney, there's always going to be drama. But listen, what do you guys think of this? Jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.